Hello everyone. Last time we have started with the sums of this chapter. So today we are going to see some more sums related to this topic. First sum. The half-life of first order reaction is 990 seconds if the initial concentration of the reactant is 0.08 mole per dm cube. What concentration would remain after 35 minutes? Now over here, as you can see, 990 second is given. And what is that? That is the half-life of first order reaction. So it can be given as T half is equal to 990 second. And what else is given? Initial concentration. Initial concentration means it is represented by A naught. So that is equal to 0.08 mole per dm cube. And what is asked? What concentration would remain after 35 minutes? So we have to find out the final concentration. That means A, T is asked over here. But what is the time given? It is at T is equal to 35 minutes. So you can convert it into seconds. So let's see the solution. So as half-life was given, what is half-life? T half is equal to 990 second was given. So we can use the equation K is equal to 0.693 upon T half for first order reaction. As in the question it was mentioned, this problem relates to first order reaction. So we can directly find out the rate constant. So K is equal to 0.693 upon T half. So I'll substitute the value of T half as 990 second and I'll get the value as what? 7 into 10 raised to minus 4 second inverse. Now, what I have to find out is the final concentration. Okay, after 35 minutes. So, I'll use again the equation K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 initial concentration upon final concentration. Over here, everything else is known to us. So we can easily find out AT. So A naught is given as what? 0.08 mole per dm cube. T is equal to 35 minutes. So we'll convert it into second as the rate constant we have calculated in second inverse. So that's the reason we are going to convert 35 minutes into seconds. So 35 minutes multiplied by 60 will give me 2100 seconds. So what is asked? AT is asked. So I'll substitute the value, that is in equation log 10 A naught upon AT is equal to KT upon 2.303. I'll substitute the value. I'll get the answer as what? 4.35. So once you got the value of log A naught upon AT is equal to 0.6383, you are just going to take the log on the other side. If log goes in the other side, it is nothing but anti-log of that answer. Therefore, we got the value as what? 4.35. Okay. So, now we got the value as what? A naught upon AT is equal to 4.35. So, now it is again simple. What is AT equal to? AT will be equal to A naught upon 4.35. So, after substituting the value of A naught, I'll get the answer as what? 0.0184 mole per dm cube. You can directly put all the values and find out the answer. You will get the same answer. Okay. Next problem. In a first order reaction, 60% of the reactant decomposes in 45 minutes. Calculate the half-life for the reaction. Again, over here, it is a first order reaction. First order reaction means only two equations we have to remember. What are the two equations? K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 initial concentration upon final concentration, and second equation is of K is equal to 0.693 upon T half. So now over here we have to calculate what? T half. Please understand, we have to calculate T half. That means which equation we want to use? It is nothing but K is equal to 0.693 upon T half. But over here 0.693 is a constant. But we don't know what is K. So to find out K, they have given some data in this equation, that is 60% of the reactant decomposes in 45 minutes. By using this data, we have to first find out what is K, and once K is known to us, directly we'll substitute in the equation T half is equal to 0.693 upon K, and I'll get the answer of T half. Okay, so hopefully you understood. Whenever such kind of questions are asked, remember that both the equations will be used. Okay, and one more thing over here, very important thing, 60% of the reactant decomposes in 45 minutes. That means whatever the reactant I have taken, 60% out of that is being decomposed over here. Okay, so I have to assume over here that if my initial concentration is equal to 100, okay, so that is what it is written, A naught is equal to 100. That means what will be 80? 80 will be whatever is left. Okay, already out of that 100, 60 is being decomposed. That means how much will be left? It will be 100 minus 60, that is equal to 40. So the concentration will be 40 over there. Please understand. And this is a normal mistake which is seen. So if it is given as 80% of the reactant decomposed, so we just have to write down that A naught will be 100 and 80 will be equal to 100 minus 80, that is equal to 20. So always remember this, whatever the reactant which is unreacted should be taken as the final concentration. Okay, so over here it is 60%, so initial will be 100 and the final will be what, 100 minus 60, that is equal to 40. Okay, and what else is given? Time is given as what, 45 minutes. Okay, so now we'll substitute these values in the equation. K equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10, initial concentration upon final concentration. So I have substituted here 100 upon 40. Okay, so and the time I have taken in minutes, 45 minutes. Okay, so after substitution I'll get the value as 2.303 upon 45 into log 2.5 will be nothing but equal to 0.3979, and after solving that I'll get the value as what, 0.0204 minute inverse. Okay, now as I got the rate constant value as 0.0204, I'll directly substitute in the next equation, that is T half is equal to 0.693 upon K. So after substituting the value of K, I will get the answer as what, 34 minutes. Okay, so T half is equal to 34 minutes. If for example T half is asked in seconds, then you just have to multiply it by 60 and you will get the value in seconds there. Okay, next problem. Following data were obtained during the first order decomposition of sulfuryl chloride at the constant volume. So the reaction is given as sulfuryl chloride. When decomposed, it will give me sulfur dioxide and chlorine. So some data is given, time and the total pressure in bar is given and time in seconds are given, and that spelling of total is wrong over there, that is total, please note. And next thing is calculate the rate constant of the reaction. Now time when it is 0, the pressure is 0.5, that means we can take this thing as what, the initial pressure. Okay, and 100 is nothing but the final time, therefore the pressure corresponding to it will be the final pressure there. Okay, so easily we can calculate the rate constant over here. So now we'll write down the formula for that. K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 Pi upon 2 Pi minus P, where Pi is the initial pressure and P is the final pressure. So what is the initial pressure given? Pi is equal to 0.5 bar, P, which is the final pressure, is equal to 0.6 bar, T is equal to 100 seconds. So I can directly substitute all the values over here and I'll get the answer as what, 2.23 into 10 raised to minus 3 second inverse. Okay. Next problem. The half-life of a first order reaction is 0.5 minute. Calculate time needed for the reactant to reduce to 20% and the amount decomposed in 55 seconds. Okay, so over here again this is the first order reaction. Okay, over here the T half is given. Okay, from that thing we can easily find out the value of rate constant. Now that can be used in the second equation as K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 initial concentration upon final concentration. Okay, so now over here we have to calculate time needed for the reactant to reduce to 20%. Okay, so over here in the previous problem I told you that whenever you get such kind of equation where the reactant is decomposed to 20%, then there the answer will be initial will be 100 and the final will be 100 minus 20, that will be 80, right? But over here please underline this thing, time needed for the reactant to reduce to 20%. It is not said that it is going to decompose. Okay, that means actual value, actual percentage of the reactant is given over here. Okay, which will be left. Okay, so therefore over here initial will be 100 and the final will be 20. Okay, and one more thing is asked, the amount decomposed in 55 seconds. So now we'll see the solution of this. So over here T half is given as 0.5 minutes, that is equal to 30 seconds, that is multiplied by 60, I'll get it as 30 seconds. Next initial concentration is 100 and final concentration, hope you understood that, it is 20 over here. Okay, so by knowing the T half equation I can find out the value for K. So T half is equal to 0.693 upon K. So I will substitute the value and I'll get the answer as what, 0.0231 seconds. Okay, and next thing is, once I get the rate constant value, I am going to substitute this thing to find out the value for T. Okay, so I'll use the equation as K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 initial concentration upon final concentration. So what will be the equation for T? I'll just take T in the other side. So it will be T is equal to 2.303 upon K log to the base 10 initial concentration upon final concentration. So I'll substitute the value and I'll get the answer as what, 69.69 seconds. So next part, the amount decomposed in 55 seconds. This also we have to calculate. Over here again I'll be using the equation K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 initial concentration upon final concentration. So what I have to find out is the amount decomposed in 55 seconds. So I'll take log A naught upon AT in the other side and bring the rest to the other side, that is equal to T into K 2.303. Okay, so after substituting the value, that is T as 55 into K as 0.0231 upon 2.303, I'll get the value as 0.5517. Okay, so as I told you, when log is in the other side, if I take it in the opposite side, it will become anti-log. So anti-log of 0.5517 will be equal to 3.562. Okay, so once I get this equation, I'll assume that if A naught is equal to 100, then AT will be equal to what? So AT is equal to A naught upon 3.562. So I'll get the value as 28.07. So that is nothing but the amount decomposed. Okay, so it will be 28.07%. Next problem, show that time required for 99.9% completion of a first order reaction is 3 times the time required for 90% completion. That means we just have to compare the time for both the first order reaction. Okay, in which in first the time will be 99.9% completion and the time next the time will be for 90% completion. That means if I am able to prove T1 is equal to 3 times T2, then it is proved. Okay. So for 99.9% completion, if I am saying A naught, that is the initial concentration, is equal to 100, then the final concentration, that is AT, will be equal to 100 minus 99.9, that will be equal to 0.1. And similarly, for 90% completion, if I take initial concentration A naught is equal to 100, then AT will be equal to 100 minus 90, that is equal to 10. So the equation which will be used for first order reaction will be K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 initial concentration upon final concentration. But over here I will equate in terms of time, because I want to prove that T1 is equal to 3 times T2. Okay, so I am going to write the same equation in terms of T. So that will be T is equal to 2.303 upon K log to the base 10 A naught upon AT. Now what will be the next thing I will be doing? It is very simple. I am going to consider T1 and T2. Okay, and the initial and the final concentration will change over here. Okay, so if T1 and T2 are the times required for 99.9% and 90% completion of reaction respectively, then I can say that T1 upon T2, so in terms of T1 I am going to write down 2.303 upon K log to the base 10. Over here I initial is 100 upon final concentration is equal to 0.1, and for T2 is equal to 2.303 upon K log to the base 10, 100 upon 10. So I have divided T1 and T2. Okay, so I will get, after solving, T1 upon T2 is equal to log 1000 upon log 10. Okay, so next it will be after solving log 10 raised to 3. So it is 3 log 10. Okay, so log 10 is equal to 1. So I get the equation as what? T1 is equal to 3 T2. So I can say that time required for 99.9% completion of a first order reaction is 3 times the time required for 90% completion of the reaction. So hence it is proved. Okay, so we have covered most of the problems of this chapter. So hopefully you will do the sums based on these types and see to it that you are able to find out the answer. Okay then, bye.